At this point, we're going to need two volunteers to share their writing prompt.
There we go.
Two groups to share their writing prompt. Okay, Cornelia.
Ben's gonna share.
Come on. Volunteer.
She's got a good prompt.
Okay. In Eleanor Roosevelt's speech, closer? Okay. In Eleanor Roosevelt's speech, she urges the audience to uphold the real principles of democracy. How does she encourage citizens to unite as a country? Use evidence from the text to support your claim.
This is the first group, so they don't get a prize, but they're the first group. All right, another volunteer? Another group to volunteer? Hold the mic down, so. Okay. Okay, that's better. All right, we have one.
It takes a village.
Okay, all right. Consider the claims discussed by Eleanor Roosevelt about the American Civil Liberties Union. How does Roosevelt's views on civil liberties illustrate their evolution? Use evidence from the excerpt to develop your answer. Boom!
Okay, great job, both groups. Okay, one of the reflective questions is, what makes a good prompt? What makes a good prompt?
Here we go.
Anybody share what makes a good prompt? Yeah, we give a prompt to all. So, what are some of the components that make a good prompt? Other than McGraw-Hill. Say it again. High level of thinking questions. Anything else? Evidence. Illustrate. Where I see a hand. Where's the hand?
Don't you have to be specific in what you want them to get back
I
to
can't hear
you?
you.
You have to be specific in what you want them to give back to you.
Have to be specific in what you want to give back to you. All right. All right, last question. What changes in the current practice might this type of writing require? High level thinking skills. What else? Anything else? Is there anything else? Evidence, the same thing. Prior knowledge. And that's a good one, because if you remember what I said when I went over the slides, prior knowledge is one of the key indicators of writing. And you got to have some prior knowledge to understand that. Well, thank you. We'll move on to the next part, which is... All right. Next steps. How has participating in this activity changed your thinking about the CCR standards? We're all experts now, right? Yes. And this is a real important question. How will you use the information and understanding you have acquired today to improve your teaching practice and student learning? Anybody want to share that? I heard some laughter in the back of the room. Oh, let me take you to mic.
One of the things I was thinking about in relation to the CCR standards is, and this is my thinking, feeble though it may be, is to write out the standard, then go through and look at the books, the various websites, the various online software that we use, and start the process and say, okay, these are the lessons that I can use, not specifically for the student off the top, but these are the lessons that I can use that correlate to this exact prompt. then go back down to another prompt and say, okay, this is the specific book, these are the pages, and so forth that go along with this particular prompt, so that someday when Wendy pops up, I will have, you know, some semblance of what is required. And that's what I've been thinking in relation to this, how I can wrap my head around it. And it's probably just me, but it's going to take some time.
Stuart, you need to check and see if a publishing company has done that for you before you go to that length of time
Yes, ma'am.
that it will take. But some publishing companies are in that process, or some have done it. So you have an excellent idea. But before you go to that kind of trouble, look to see if someone has done that for you with the materials, or you might even ask if they're in that process of doing that for you.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. All right, what additional training and tools would strengthen your ability to work with the CCR standards? And the crowd went silent.
I said, I think a good tool, and I know full well they already exist, would be finding some lesson plans that align with these so they can actually be implemented.
And, we don't want to talk too fast, but things are coming. don't talk too fast. I'm a fast talker. All right. But again, to kind of wrap up, because I think Paula has something to say before we leave. But again, to wrap up today, we just really wanted to introduce the standards to you, ELA standards today, and kind of go through the concept. Tomorrow we'll be working on math, and math is it's somewhat challenging as well. But again, it's the same format. As long as you have the core information that you need to pull out of the standard or unpack the standard, then you can kind of work through it. So the key thing, again, as I always remember, and I think Stuart talked about it, he said it's going to take time. Most of the directors, and I think the state staff understand, full implementation means you need to start using it in your class. Everything you do may not have a standard March 31st, but at least there should be some action towards integrating standards into your classroom, because, I mean, you've seen these. To break down these standards alone is going to take, you know, a lot of time. So, anybody else? We have one gift. Does everyone have a ticket?
The lady was in, so
Oh, it's up to me.
look.
What am I getting? They have to split it with me.
Ticket number 745027.
That's my number.
We have a winner?
Okay, before I turn the mic over, can I just say thank you to Miss Jackson, because she helped me so get ready for this conference every day. She took time out of her busy schedule just to help me. Miss Jackson, raise your hand. They said, who is Miss Jackson? She's from Lawson State. So I just want to say thank you so much.
I'd like to thank all of you for being here today. The state staff really appreciates your efforts to get here and to be a part of this training session, which, as you understand, is vital. And I have attended maybe 3 this type of session, and every time there's something new that's revealed to me, and I think you'll find that as you go home and prepare your presentations for your staff. And then perhaps you might want to bring them back together at a little bit later time and make sure that they're following through and utilizing the information. But we really thank you. Dr. Scales and I enjoyed being with you today. I have heard from Wendy. I wanted to let you know that she did express that she is feeling a little better. She had a medical appointment this afternoon. And I don't know that she'll be here tomorrow, but keep her in your thoughts, okay? And she was feeling a little bit better. We do want to thank the Alapsy Association, and that was a provider for our meal today. Tomorrow, the Directors Association is providing, I believe it's Jason's Deli, and we'll have a little variety of sandwiches. If you're not into turkey, roast beef,